and begin sitting on the brick. We're gonna just sit this time we are exactly sitting on the top, so make sure that the sharp bones, your sitting bones, are somewhere in the middle of the yoga brick. Hi Justina, good to see you. Awesome. Yeah, Justina, let me know please, do you have a yoga brick? If so, I need you. Oh, awesome, perfect. All right, so like that, we're gonna just begin with sitting on the yoga brick, sitting not on the edge, but basically in the middle of it, for sensing our sitting bones, and then just allow your legs to find comfortable position. You don't have to put it into butterfly pose right now. Maybe you prefer to cross your shins, or even maybe stretch your legs. All I want you to feel right now is like steadiness and comfort of your sitting. And after you realize, okay, so here I go, here I sit, we're gonna start with a little pranayama built into certain slow motion. So we'll just start with creating a few circles. Like imagine your sitting bones are drawing circles on your brick. It's just the way you understand it, the way you feel it. Try to combine it with your smooth breath. So let's say half circle, inhale, half circle, exhale. This little thingy will just help us to tune into our bodies, switch the direction. So try to draw some circles opposite direction, and notice how your sitting bones, those sharp bones in your glutes, how they kind of scratch the brick, how you feel the pressure transferring from one side of your pelvis on the other. Let this motion, now we can also change the direction to the opposite again. Notice how it gets into your sacrum, how it gets into your solar plexus, maybe all the way even up to your neck. So intuitively you may start sensing the desire, like, oh, I want to actually loosen my head and kind of let it also work in this spiral smooth motion. Or don't, just keep warming up the muscles. Let's change the direction one more time. Keep just kind of integrating the feeling of the pressure, the scratchy feeling you give, like moving your sitting bones on the top of your brick. Maybe you'll notice how it goes into your thighs, into your knees, into your feet. Maybe you'll notice, just some movement in your sacrum. So something is awakening. Certain tendons are definitely getting kind of lubricated and warmed up. Now we're gonna stop in the middle, just the way it is. And next we're gonna be inhaling, spreading arms with your elbows bent but fingers wide out. And you wanna give it a lot of like shoulder external rotation motion. So it's more like not really bring your elbow away, but more like rotating through the shoulder and lifting the face. All that happens with your inhalation. And also push against your sitting bones, kind of like opening yourself into this pleasant arch. Now with exhalation, we're going to create fist, and we're going to tilt the pelvis. So we're going through towards the tailbone, and we're rounding the back. And we're going to play a little bit. So let's say 4 or 5 more reps. Just feel the pleasure of it. Don't try too hard. Open through external shoulder rotation. Lift your head, kind of kissing the sky with your face, and then with exhalation, when you feel your belly goes in, contracting the pelvic floor and pleasantly, like really leaning on the tailbone. And then you can also make several movements, like to the right, to the left, tucking your chin on the chest, kind of send one shoulder blade, the other to the side, and breathe. Okay, I know I described it a little too long, so follow your natural length of inhalation, as long as you feel like opening through this cow-like position, and then as long as you exhale, just feel what your body needs right now. If you have any soreness in your low back, or maybe somewhere in your sitting bones, maybe in your neck, it's really good to tuck the chin on the chest and kind of, turn to the sides. So I'm going to show also from this side, this perspective. Inhaling through external shoulder rotation, lifting your face up to feel no stress in the neck. And then with exhalation, when you just feel this, maybe some soreness in your tailbone, and you kind of want to pull the muscles along your spine. So like kind of lifting one shoulder, letting the head to fall on another one. Then switching to the other side. And one more time, just inhaling one last And then we all gonna stop with a common exhalation in this curved, rounded position. And we're gonna do 10 seconds of Kapalabhati. So once you're here, start breathing. Navel goes in, slight pelvic floor contraction, and exhale through your mouth, through your nose, whatever works better. Feel this pulsation, this massage, kind of elevating some like blood circulation into your neck, into the space between your shoulder blades. 3 more seconds. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Then the final exhalation. Hold the pause after, like, and now contract the throat. It's like 1, 2, 3 seconds. Hold, and then inhale and relax and external shoulder rotation. Lay your palms on the thighs. After inhalation, hold the breath again. Swallow in motion in your throat. Contract the pelvic floor. So like do those 2 blocks. Stay as long or as short as feels comfortable for you, just to embrace the sensation of pressure inside of you. When you feel it's enough, relax your pelvic floor and just exhale, relaxing. Okay. Now, just one more time, I will give the full instruction and we're gonna do 2 more reps. So just to make sure we're all in sync. We will be vibing here, inhaling, exhaling, intuitively. If you want to move into this more somehow naturally, just feel where your body needs more stretch, in the front, in the back. So we'll do 3 smooth reps of this waving movement. On the 3rd exhalation, we stop here and we bring all the tension, all the pulsation from the pelvic floor, from the belly upwards. So it's like it's really stretching for your back, but it's really activating for your core muscle. And then after 10 seconds, you exhale at fullest. You swallow, contract the pelvic floor. You stay here as long or as short as you feel it's okay. Then inhaling, you're laying your palms, backs of your palms on the thighs, opening into neutral position so you feel neutral and comfortable to, again, do the swallowing motion, contract the pelvic floor, and just let your body tissue rest on your full lungs. Okay, so please give me a thumb up when it's all done, all clear. Perfect, very good. Justina, all good, perfect. So now let's take a soft inhale and then exhale and completely relax and just vibing with your own body, like party in your own temp. And now inhaling, you're opening up, pushing against your sitting bones, lengthening into your crown, lifting the face, rotating shoulders externally, and with exhalation, rolling through your sitting bones, leaning on the tailbone. Kind of send your head, send your elbows and fists a little forwards to stretch and spread your back tissue nicely. And keep going in your own tempo. Your breath will tell you when it's time to move. And exhale, relax and round in the back, feeling very positive, pleasant pressure on the tailbone, relaxing the inner thighs. One more. Inhale, slow and smooth. Move as long as you breathe. Exhale, and here we're gonna begin another set of Kapalabhatis. Another 10 seconds. And feel where your body also needs a little bit of this stimulation. So kind of send it. Maybe you feel like you need it more in your neck. Maybe you need it more like in your middle of your back. So kind of curve your back so you'll feel the impulse from your belly contraction hits exactly there. I mean, intuitively you know what I mean. So just keep trusting your feeling. Like maybe you want to like adjust your position to feel the most satisfaction of the set. And the final exhalation, now swallow motion in your throat. Stay here, just feel this compression in your body. And then when you're done, relax the pelvic floor, open your throat, breathe in. At the same time, move and letting your backs of the palms land on the thighs and open the space in your body. When you're full, you swallow and you're like closing the throat, contracting the pelvic floor. There you go, just stay in this lack of pressure in your body. Feel the extension for 360 everywhere, every direction. Don't compress, don't be compressed. You're nothing like compression right now. You're all outside in the space. And then when you feel it's enough, relax the pelvic floor, open the throat, and allow yourself to just let this air outside. Don't force it, don't try to like, breathe out fast. Give yourself time. Maybe catch a few more breaths just to, something has changed. It feels a lot different. And then when you're ready, let's accomplish the 3rd final YB smoothie dense and partially enjoyable round. So we inhale and we open through external shoulder rotation. We press against our legs, of course, sitting bones a lot. Face goes up, and then when you exhale, you roll through and you curve your spine exactly as it feels pleasant. So you can wiggle a little bit in this, and when you're done, you're inhaling and opening again upwards. And then with exhalation, round in the back. Fists are tight, elbows are tight together. So send your forearms a little forwards, compensate in this curve that pulls you to the back. And one more time, inhaling. Moving upwards and forwards with exhalation. And let's go, 10 seconds of Kapalabhati. Also feel your sternum, don't let it go too deep, like into your solar plexus. You really want to kind of lift your head while you're in this curve. What I meant is don't break in the middle of your spine. Don't let your sternum go too much inside. So we kind of push your head upwards. Let's keep going. Exhale, 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 exhale. The final exhalation. Hold your breath. Swallow motion in your throat. Contract the pelvic floor. Relax. Breathe in, open up, and again, block the throat, contract the pelvic floor. Stay here. Now feel especially how your solar plexus decompresses, how your neck decompresses. Let your shoulders rest. Feel like there is enough volume in your lungs right now, so you can just lean your shoulders, your scapula on that bubble inside of you. And then when you're ready, like release any anxiety, any tension from your thighs, from your calves. Like really, when you start exhaling, feel like warm, nice water just rinses all the tension from your head into your feet. Like really, with this exhale, feel like level by level, beginning with your head, through your shoulders, through your upper body, through your legs and arms. All the anxiety, all the desire to contract just leaves your body. You know, have few intuitive, as long or as short breaths you want. Breathing into your nose. If you like, exhale through your mouth. Just do whatever you like right now. Be yourself. Breathe like you breathe. And if you feel like setting an intention for the class, that'd be a good moment. So just figure out where your visual attention is right now, how your eyes doing. Try to relax your eye muscles. Allow your eyes to focus between eyebrows with no compression. Visualize or just verbalize for yourself what is the state you'd like to appear in the nearest time, by the end of this class. What feels realistic to you? Like, I invest this effort to achieve, or I am in this state. And when you feel that all this information, you know, became you, kind of settled in your mind, in your system, and slowly, you can even not open your eyes, but kind of support your hips, or then kind of walk your palms behind you, and we're going to lay down, leaving the pelvis still on the top of the brick. So now you want to make sure that your sitting bones are moving to the edge, and your sacrum, this flat bone, this triangle bone, lays on the top of this widest edge. And right now this feels pretty okay. It's very positive for our intestines, also for like leveling body pressure, to have the pelvis elevated above the head. So just settle here, give yourself time. Maybe you want to turn your head to the right, to the left. Make sure your neck is good with this position. So maybe pull the head a little higher. So all this connection between your skull and neck also feels like relaxing, melting into the ground. So what we don't want is like to be squeezing against the floor. We really want to let our body, have this queen, graceful position on the floor. Extend it, long, every direction, into your arms, into your head. And right now also allow yourself a little bit of intuition on the stage. So whether you feel like, oh, I want to just swing my knees to the right, to the left. Maybe that's where you mostly sore or tight. Maybe your hips or like the shields of your glutes need this the most. Okay, so we can do this. Or go ahead and just lift your feet up and knees up. Maybe you feel like this works better for you. I want you to have some time to just figure out your relationship with your sacrum. So when you roll, however you decided to roll, what do you feel? How do you recognize your sacrum? How wide is it? Yeah, when you move your legs, what is the reflection of that movement? Do you feel some tendons kind of sliding or like scratching the top of the brick? How do you start sensing those connections between sacrum and the rest of your pelvis? Yeah, so there is like, you start feeling, then I move my legs and something's moving inside my sacrum too. So kind of try to figure out this, like through your intuition, try to recognize your anatomy, like how the movement in your legs reflects in your sacrum. And after you did this, let's all together just stretch our legs up. And now we like to keep them tight together. So you want to straighten your knees, unless it's too hard for you. Too hard would be if you feel immediate tension in your neck. So if you feel you getting tight in your back, bend the knees. But if everything is okay, you're relaxed, then just try to straighten and tighten your kneecaps. Pull the toes down, all 10 of them. So make sure you're not pulling on the big toes and forget about the small pinkies. So we want our feet really parallel to the floor right now. Yeah, and like really nicely pushing the toes towards ourselves. Imagine there is a something standing, like a vase standing on your feet. Now very gracefully, very slow, with the half of the circle will be inhale, other half of the circle will be exhale. We want to move this vase without losing it. Okay, so we're going to make at least 3 circles one direction. Or go ahead and do more. So feel how this motion, when you really like delicately, very diligently moving your feet, keeping them parallel to the floor and squeezing your inner thighs and your heels together, so legs are straight and tight. There is no twisting of your feet. Now let's change the direction. Try to notice how your tendons start playing, like where do you feel certain motion. Maybe you feel like some wiggling, like stretching and contraction in your ankles. Maybe you feel it in your knees. Maybe you feel the most of the motion right now actually in your sacrum, besides the pressure that changes, but also like some muscles, they like moving there inside. Okay, so if you feel any of this, please give me a thumb up if you start recognizing those things. Okay, perfect. Now let's stop in the center. And with the next exhalation, let's bend the knees. We're gonna set the feet on the ground. And right now we're gonna just split our knees apart and stretching the inner thighs, leaning on the pinky toe edges. So you're like keeping your feet closer together. Just allow how easy, or maybe not at all, it is for you to just, let your knees fall down, like without any support at the moment. All the support is underneath your pelvis right now, underneath your sacrum. So it may give you a little bit of sore feeling, maybe in your inner thighs. Now you actually will also start realizing how your inner thighs are connected with your sacrum. So the soreness from inner thighs usually reflects inside your sacrum, somewhere there. If you feel it's too much for you and you don't like it, what you're going to do, you will elevate the pelvis and push the brick a little lower. So the bottom, so this side where your tailbone is, the bottom of your sacrum is hooking over the top of the brick. What it will do, it will tilt your pelvis like this, and so the soreness goes down. It's not that painful anymore, okay? It's also okay to keep your palms on the top of your either pubic bone or hips, so this will also kind of balance your perception of this position. So let's again make sure that there is no anxiety in your neck. You relaxed your trapezius, your shoulders are supported, your head is supported, no need to squeeze anything in. And lay in your palms either on your hips, on the pubic bone, or maybe on the inner thighs, what feels more comfortable. Or maybe none of this, but you want to keep your palms on the floor. I know some tendons, they probably really ouchy right now. So try just to breathe this pain, this discomfort out. So I strongly encourage you to open your mouth and just let this exhalation sound like the emotion, like this feeling that you are going through right now. And I know it may be not really too much fun. You may be really sore in your inner thigh, so just let's pick it up. Let's find the sound that will, like let the universe know what you go through right now. Don't hold it inside of you. Or if everything works well, just keep enjoying and breathe into your nose softly. Feel like you're really relaxing your feet, you're relaxing your legs. Let the inner thigh really flexibly embrace this position. Let's go with one more inhale and feel how your solar plexus also extends with this inhalation, and then how sincerely and fully you like completely exhaling, and you're not trying anymore to keep your knees up. And now the pleasure of this moment, with the next inhale, you can even help yourself with your arms to lift the thighs and connect the knees together again. So we're going to stretch the arms to the sides. More or less your palms going to be on your head level. No need to keep them too high. So what we want is really flat scapula, really flat the backs of our arms. And now you can put your feet wider or keep closer, find a nicer position for yourself. And we're going to just start swinging the knees. Like really with no other thought, but just like, okay, very intuitively, with no pattern, just swing to the right, swing to the left, as long as you will feel, it's easy for you. And then the more you gain the momentum, it's also okay to pull the brick higher again. The more you gain the momentum, maybe you'll discover that just very naturally your head starts moving against the knee direction. So when your knees are falling to the left, your head moves to the right. Now go ahead, don't be brave and just like let your knees kind of to fall on the floor and even touch it. And it's okay that your pelvis start kind of sliding from the brick. That's okay. So just play with it. You need to gather the momentum versus just like laying legs one way, the other. Like play with this. Let the knees fall and see how naturally your head turns away. And again, with inhalation, lift your knees to the vertical position, then just like boom, let them fall. Like really allow your knees to twist to the left, and your rib cage and head will naturally turn to the right. Let's do this experiment a couple more times, so like 2 more times every direction. Inhale to the center, exhale, just boom, and see, okay, my chest does turn to the opposite, my head does turn to the opposite. Let's do one more, and let's all stop when our knees are laying to the right. Okay, so our knees are laying to the right, we pretty much just kind of sled off the brick. Let it be so. You're leaning on your right hip. And so also very naturally, as we do those twists very commonly, just notice how your head turns to the left and let it be so. Okay? If you feel like you're searching for more intense effect, then you can twist your legs together. So like lay your left thigh on top of the right, and you can twist your calves as well, and let this heavier weight of twisted legs together to pull more of your legs to the right. And just right now you'll need a bit more effort to compensate it. So not only in a lazy mode, just letting your rib cage and head turn to the left, but more like initiated. Try stretching your left arm, or like try gazing more to your left to compensate the intensity of how you feel your legs being pulled to the right. With reaching out with your left arm and you're gazing. This is it. And now all we want to do for the next 2 or 3 breaths is just nicely breathing and paying attention how your solar plexus extends evenly. So your ribs on the left side that are easy to lift here, and also your ribs on the right side. You want to move them nicely and evenly. Okay, so don't let the right side to collapse in this position, and just enjoy the ease of every exhalation. So kind of bring in softness deeper and deeper into your body, and like kind of stop and caring for directions or how correct you do this exercise, but more like trusting your feeling. When you breathe in, you want to just get rid of any compression in your body. So maybe it's worth adjusting, like, kind of pulling something, adjusting the position. And then when you exhale, you just need to feel calm and safe about this position. If you feel any soreness anywhere, it's also worth adjusting. Maybe you don't have to kind of squeeze your legs too tight. You trust yourself, just adjust it the way so you feel less soreness and more like you can breathe the tissue through. When you inhale and space increases in your body, that means it pulls the tissue in certain places of connection to the bone. So this will give you this irritation, this feeling of irritating or itchiness. So this means, okay, you gain the effect, you're stretching the tissue right now, and now don't struggle with it, don't fight it, but like, with your next exhalation, send the thought of ease there, send the thought of letting it relax, and you'll feel like next time when you inhale, oh, it's not that itchy anymore, it's not that sore anymore, and through extension in your body, through gaining the space, and introducing this flexibility through relaxation, you're getting there. Now once you'll feel ready, slowly return to the initial position, lifting your knees vertically up. Now we're gonna return to the brick for a second, so we're gonna just place it underneath the sacrum, and while you do this, you can probably notice how your left hip feels much different, or maybe the left side of your sacrum, maybe left side of your belly, maybe it's your left leg or external side of the left thigh. If so, please give me a thumb up if you feel this difference between left and right side. Perfect. And now we just, as experienced intuitive yogis, just gain the momentum by sending your knees to the right, and then they kind of throw them, like boom, land them down to the left, so just your pelvis falls from the brick or slides from the brick. Now you can move it away, and just leave it where it is, and feel how naturally your body gained this twist. So your legs are turning to the left, your rib cage and your head turn to the right, and now we start breathing. And either we enjoy it in this version, enjoy this nice symmetry and ease of how the solar plexus extends for 360, how on both sides your ribs are moving, or if you feel like, oh, I want more of that itchiness of this feeling like my tissue really stretches, then you can twist your legs. Also, don't be surprised if something pops in your spine. It usually happens on the level above the waist, somewhere closer to your rib cage, like lumbar spines. That's very common, especially in Thai massage. They do those twists to you, and you can pretty much be familiar with those popping things. So choose your version and then just continue breathing. And then you may also notice how your body kind of easier twists one direction and less easy this direction. Like maybe you lay flatter right now with your right scapula on the ground comparing to previously, like you maybe needed to initiate more of compensation. So remember, it's okay also if you feel, okay, my knees landed to the left, I'm initiating with my right arm this extension or gazing into your right palm and bringing more stretch into the tissue. And when you try to breathe through this activation in the tissue, pay attention into feeling of compression here in your solar plexus. So you want right side of your ribcage, left side of your ribcage really extend and open nicely, and then with the exhalation, completely relaxing. Letting your tissue regenerate after you kind of irritated it with this feeling of stretch. Eliminate anxiety or anywhere in your body where you struggle against either the floor or either the idea of stretching right now. Let's breathe in one more time. And let's exhale, just completely give out. Any shoulder tension, any facial tension, anywhere you may recognize it right now. And then once you feel ready, let's slowly return to the previous position, lifting the knees vertically up. Now we're going to just have a short rest without a break, leaving the pelvis just laying flat. Choose whatever works better for you. If you'd like to connect your feet and just let your knees apart, that's good. Compare like with the first time. For sure you feel like, oh wow, all of a sudden I'm more prepared to this position. Less soreness, or you feel like you have bigger range of opening in your hips. It's also fine if you don't feel this position is for you. You're welcome to stretch your legs, just lay them wider apart, and just continue meditating, I would say, in the temple of your own body. So feel like you're really gaining that space. You're really owning it right now. You're just using the fullest space of your body at the moment. You're recognizing yourself. sensing yourself from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers and head. Feeling the volume between the front of your body and the back of your body. So recognizing the depth and the length. Recognizing how your breath is moving that space. With every inhale, how that space increases. Notice where exactly. And does it happen for 360? Just let it be happening. Don't try too hard. And when you exhale, just continue introducing the idea that there is no need to struggle with anything. There is no need to correct anything, to improve anything. Just be you right now in this moment. Keep acknowledging every cell of your body that's existing, that's there for you. Just gathering as many sensations in your body as just possible. Keep enjoying this, like celebrating your own body, your own physicality. And when you feel you're ready to move on, let's all together meet in the position with connected feet and open to the sides knees. And now we're going to let our left leg to remain in this position. We're just going to lift the right leg up. Right now, please figure out the balance between the right and left side of your body. So maybe it would be easier if you put your right palm on the right hip, so kind of pulling the pelvis back here. So if that works for you, because of course you'll start sensing the stretch in the left inner thigh, you can try to do the same on the brick. It may be a little easier, to kind of accept this soreness of the stretch here. Also remember, if it's too much, you can move the brick underneath your tailbone, and so you let your pelvis tilt. So this is gonna get this be the easiest on your left hip. But so if you want, to do the origin, just do this or choose any other option. And now, dependent whether you want to bend your knee or you're ready to just kind of grab the back of your ankle or the foot itself, just we're going to stretch and give ourselves a couple breaths in this shape, in this form. So holding yourself underneath the knee or having the straight leg, let's make sure we're really balanced between right and left side. So don't fall not to the left or too much to the right. You want to sense your sacrum on the floor or on the top of the brick has been really parallel to the ground, but like not making too much twisting here. So for some of us, there may be a trend that the knee wants to fall inwards. So let's help with this external rotation specifically to keep the knee, as much in frontal position as possible. And while I keep talking here, let's just keep kind of listening to how breath integrates into this shape. So if you feel maybe it helps you to lay your left palm on the top of the left hip, or switch hands and actually keep the right palm on the top of the right hip, whatever works best. So you feel really balanced and you can dedicate your attention at fullest to just breathing into this form. When you inhale, when we're stressed, when we're contracted, when we kind of struggle against the soreness of this certain asana, we will recognize it when we inhale and we feel this limit, like something compresses us. So try to reset this with your sincerest exhalation. And also if you feel like it's too much stretching or soaring in the left inner thigh, try to kind of press the right side of your sacrum a little tighter to the ground, with your own effort. It's either with the palm or just kind of, like stomping the sacrum, the right side of it, into the brick or into the floor. And after that, when you're balanced, you feel really kind of spreading the pressure on your sacrum evenly. After that, integrating into your breath, you are trying to bring the right leg a little closer towards yourself. Exhale by exhale. It's either your knee bend and you're keeping the knee closer to your chest, or when you feel capable of straightening the leg, inhale in. Keep extending, don't compress yourself. It's okay to move the leg a little away if it gives you more comfort. And with exhalation, try to keep that left leg really relaxed, peaceful. Don't contract it. With your arms, just see how closer you can bring that right leg towards yourself. The straight leg or the bent knee. And also, if you feel like, oh my gosh, it's too sore in me, it's too painful, try to contract the pelvic floor. It will illuminate certain muscles to help you to stabilize the pelvis. As I was describing it for a pretty long time, how you stabilize your pelvis on the floor, on the brick, in your perception of symmetrical position. But also, when you just contract the pelvic floor, it will all do it for you, without overthinking it. Now it's just a matter to be able to relax your legs while you keep your pelvic floor contracted. Let's do just one more breath. I know you're probably like, ouch. So let's inhale. Feel the 360 extension. Just, you are the master you're the master of this position right now. You gain your really like Tibetan calm right now. And then with exhalation, keep sending the thought of relaxation into your legs while perhaps contracting the pelvic floor. And then with your arms, bringing that right leg a little closer. Okay, now we just go into let the right leg go down. And we're going to bring the knees together again. And we're going to stand the feet flat. Okay, so just give yourself a moment. I know practice looks very simple, like we're kind of laying all the time, but internally you sense how much it's working with your deep muscles and your tendons. You may feel like, wow, like sacrum, the feeling of sacrum, its spacefulness, the amount of space, or like the size of it in your feeling could change a lot. Like maybe some weight perception change for you. Maybe you feel like your feet are shivering. Whatever it is, just let it be. Keep observing, keep breathing. But if you feel like, you may feel maybe also like the inner thigh feeling has changed, or your leg feels longer. So if you feel like you want to play with it a bit more, or like lubricate more tendons right now, leaning on your parallel feet. With the next exhalation, you're elevating your pelvis, and imagining the sitting bones here. You're drawing vertical round with it. So let's say 3 rounds, one direction. Inhale, half circle. Exhale, half circle. And the goal is, you can also put your palms on the hips. The goal is to keep your hips always parallel. Okay, so without drawing 8 shape or infinite shape. So just keep rotating the pelvis. Inhaling, exhaling, and then let's change the direction. So pushing against your strong feet, flat feet. Also don't wiggle them. Keep them stable, meaning pressure doesn't change. Your feet are pressure changeable, unpressure changeable. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale and half circle. Exhale, half circle. Now land your pelvis on the ground, and up to you whether you want to connect your feet. If you like this version, if it's for you, go ahead. Or you want to stretch your legs. Sometimes that feels like, oh yeah, finally. You can also wipe your feet right and left. Just checking this internal, external rotation. You compare just by giving your legs movement or simply laying them. You can definitely feel the difference between your left leg and right, just after this little previous practice. So give me a thumb up if you feel any difference right now between your left and right. Perfect. And we're gonna go ahead, and when you feel ready, I'm gonna, before we move on, I'm gonna ask everything works well, no pain, like no drastic unpleasant sensation for you. All good. If all good, please give me a thumb up. If you have any comment, okay, I got you. All good. But feel free, if you have any comment or any question at a certain point, just feel free to turn on the microphone and go ahead and ask. So if you're ready to move on, let's bring our knees together, feet together again. And with the next exhalation, we're opening the thighs again, laying the knees as low as possible. This time we're leaving the right leg in this position, and we're lifting and stretching, or leaving slightly bend the left knee. Now, don't be surprised if it's going to be asymmetrical. So maybe in this position, in this version, you like to keep your pelvis just on the floor, and maybe in previous you wanted the brick, or maybe opposite, you want the brick here. So however it is, just go ahead and follow your intuition. Don't try to do it like just super symmetrically. And while we are resting the right leg in this half butterfly position, you can use your palms and maybe wiggle the pelvis right and left, and just go ahead and imagine you're pushing the left half of your sacrum into the floor. So kind of start pushing the floor with your left side of the pelvis. So you pressed it and you realize, okay, this balanced my pelvis a lot. Question is, am I capable not to bring my right knee right now? So let's illuminate. These are two different processes. Stomping the left side of your pelvis into the ground and letting your right leg completely relax. And on top of that, because there's a lot of, very delicate internal work, you're gonna be exhaling and pulling. It's either your left bent knee towards yourself, or it's your straight left leg. And don't get surprised, especially the ones who drive a lot. Don't get surprised that it feels so different. Like maybe your right leg was more flexible, maybe your left leg is a lot more tighter. So don't worry, just don't lose this symmetry. I really need you to stabilize your pelvis. And the last resort, what we do, we contract the pelvis floor if it feels like too much to be like balancing on the second. Once you contract the pelvic floor, but still let the right leg rest and relax. It's really the pelvic floor contraction stabilizes the pelvis just the best way. Let's give ourselves another 3 or even 5 breaths. Breathing in, just recognizing if there is any compression in your body and getting rid of it with exhalation. So, notice if your left leg wants to do too much inwards rotation, too much external rotation. Just keep your knee straight toward yourself. Let's do 2 more breaths. You're almost there. Let's do just 1 more. Don't forget about your head, your shoulders. It's like in the baby song, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. So let's include our body at fullest. So while you're working with bringing your left leg towards yourself, remember to look around and also notice, how is my head doing? Am I pulling my head into my body? Let the shoulders relax, like really lay, like as I described this, gracefully, like queen-like position, long, like everything is extended. We're not squeezing anything in, we're like really letting everything rest on the ground. Okay. Also notice how things change. Like once you lose that resistance, you kind of gain your flexibility at the most. And once you're ready with the next inhalation, let's connect the knees together again. And now also very intuitively, maybe you feel like, oh, I want to bring my knees just towards myself and maybe swing a little bit more. Maybe you just want to stretch your legs down, or simply return to this butterfly-like position, connecting the feet, whatever feels the most natural for you right now. And let's just give ourselves another 3 breaths to just notice how wonderfully we feel this blood circulation, this lymph circulation from the tips of our toes into our hips. Breathing in 1 more time and exhaling, maybe with a sound or however feels. Whatever brings you the most satisfaction. And now we go in all together. Just connect the knees together, bring the knees to the chest, lift the calves and feet, kind of gaining the momentum. And then once you're ready with exhalation, roll through the rounded back and sit. Now we're going to pull the right knee forwards, like standing on the knee, and then stretch the left leg away. And right now you're standing on all your 5 toes, like tucking them like this. And before we land into the pigeon pose, we want to pull the heel out. So for like 5 other exhalations with the exhale, I really want you to tighten the kneecap, feel how the back of your knee is spreading, and you're pushing the left heel backwards. And kind of help yourself with the knee and palms, so you can even like kind of round the back and feel nice stretch in the front of your left quad. So once you feel the most satisfaction of this, like okay, the heel went the furthest to the back. Now allow your horizontal hips land on the floor. Now touch the ground with the left knee, lay the foot flat, and stretch your head, your hands forwards, kind of pulling the solar plexus over the right knee. And now we're gonna use the volume of this leg to just really round the back and kind of spread all the tissue between scapulas, like middle of your back and above. So it's also okay to bend the knees and kind of, you know, like lay head on the top of your fist. And yeah, you do want to curve your back right now. So instead of just like laying flat, like really try to maybe even contract the glutes, maybe pushing against the elbows or the top of your head, and kind of while you're pushing the hips to the floor, at the same time, kind of try to elevate the rounded back above the ground. You can do it also if you like this way in like smoother, like vinyasa-like position change. So while kind of doing the Sphinx positioning for your palms and forearms, rotating the shoulders externally, you can pull your solar plexus a little bit up and forwards again. And then with exhalation, contracting the pelvic floor, sucking the navel in, pushing against the same palms and elbows, and contracting the glutes, bringing the hips down, elevating the rounded back. You will feel it at most in the front of your left hip probably. And again, twice more, inhaling smooth. So if you like this style, if you don't like, you can just keep laying in the statics, whatever makes you happier, feels more like you. So if you do this dynamic flow, then stop with the next exhalation while pressing your hips to the ground with your strong glutes, round and back. Now we're going to do another 10 sets, Kapalabhati exhalation here. And exhaling, kind of send your navel into this arch of your back. Feel like stimulation wherever you need it the most. Feel that heat from this breath, maybe in between your scapulas, maybe more like in your neck or maybe in your lower back. So the last final, exhale, and you know it. Exhale and then hold the breath. As long or short as you want, and then inhale and relax. Let your solar plexus just lay down. Kind of lengthen a little forwards and hold the breath again. Swallow in motion, contract the pelvic floor and just lay here, holding breath, sensing this pressure that kind of trying to break out from inside of you, stretching the tissue, try to rest the superficial tissue, and then you feel it's enough, relax the pelvic floor and just exhale slowly, melting. And right now, loosen the resistance, just let your body really melt on that floor. Now feel the weight of your body kind of compressing your right leg, stretching the tissue, you know, giving you this pleasant itchiness where it should be. If you feel like you want to repeat this round, you can do one more if you're just happy with this. Keep resting, keep breathing. Okay, now once you'll be ready, you'll gaze forwards, you'll walk your palms a little closer to yourself. And with the next exhalation, pull your left leg forwards to lay it underneath the right. Spread your calves wider and then sit on top here. So wiggling right and left side till you're happy with the equalized pressure. The palms gonna land on top of the knees first. So realize, like, recognize your vertical neutral spinal position, and then just stretch your arms, let them touch the ground. With the next inhale, you're rotating your shoulders inwards, and with exhalation, same. You don't try to like lengthen forwards. Right now you're kind of curling in, so it's okay if your back is a little rounded. I want you to find the pleasant connection between your sternum and the knee. So either lay like this, relax your head, or if you're not reaching to the knee, still like curling yourself, put the knees on the ground and then let the palms support your head. Any of these options. So first just relax your legs, let them be compressed. There is certain pleasure in this compression. It's like you're, with your own weight, you're massaging all these muscles, all these tendons in your leg joints. Let yourself breathe a little into your rounded back. Let yourself, if you're leaning your chin on the top of the knee, kind of let all this connection between your skull and the neck really spread out, really, use the support to rest and lengthen, to decompress itself. Breathe with a full belly. Besides, you're kind of laying on it, it's still okay. You can push your tummy out. Feel how your ribs are moving in the back, and then exhalation, really give even more pressure to relaxed legs. And if you only want it, because this is going to be like a little cherry on the top of this little cake, you can stretch your right leg forwards. If you don't want this, just keep doing what you've been doing till this moment. So the right arm goes forwards, laying the palm center on the floor, but the left, which is already twisted in, the back of the palm just lays wherever you can put it. It's either on the middle of the back or in between your scapulas. And now your right stretched arm with the palm directed to the floor elevates, and then you kind of move in the palm behind your head, and if possible you're connecting your fingers into a grip. And now you're just letting your elbows, both elbows, fall down. This is for your left shoulder. You're gonna be like either ouch or you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, like this is what all my left shoulder needs right now. So again, be free to choose. If that doesn't work for you, just keep doing what was happening just before that. If you also chose this version, you can feel certain increased stretch in the right hip. Keep just breathing through it. Don't get any anxiety if you feel like this arm position makes you like compressing your legs. Better don't. It's okay. You can, at least you can stretch your right arm forward and let the back of your left palm rest between your scapulas or somewhere in your back. Let's do one more breath. Breathe in fullest with your chest, with your belly, and exhale. And then when you feel ready, either split your palms or just bring them to the position underneath your shoulders. Press up with the exhalation. Now we're going to stretch both legs forwards, keeping your feet parallel, bending the knees slightly or just leaving them straight with the inhalation. Rotating the shoulders externally, lifting arms up. With exhale, reaching forwards and either laying your upper body on the top of the legs, straight legs or slightly bent legs, or just sitting with your natural spine. Whatever you feel is up to you right now. Because any of these positions, this position, when it activates the feeling of stretch in your legs, in the back of the legs or in your back, that may be just enough. But if you feel like, oh, this doesn't activate me, this doesn't give me this itchiness that we like from this stretch, then of course go deeper. Just choose the right depth, okay? Don't try too hard. You will feel like, oh, here, I feel the stretch underneath my knees, I feel it all over in my feet and my legs, I feel it in my low back. And then when you exhale, I'm like, oh, okay, I relax, and that's why I can go a little deeper, so I still don't overwhelm myself with the amount of the itchiness, the stretch sensation. Now when you're gonna be ready, when you feel ready, feel it slowly. Rise up with the inhalation. Let's cross the shins, and this time when we enter this table pose, we're pulling the left knee forwards, and before we go into the pigeon pose, we are pressing all 5 toes of the right foot to the ground, and for like 5 sharp exhalations, and even like round in the back, and contracting the glutes, send that heel to the back, to the back, to the back. Let the right quad really enjoy it, and then when you're the furthest to the back, lay the knee flat, let the foot flat. With the inhalation, rotating shoulders externally, kind of lengthening forwards. With the exhalation, leaning on the elbows, and then round in the back. And if you like this smooth flow, then inhale through external shoulder rotation, this Sphinx-like pose, but really reminds you of upper facing dog. Then exhaling, contracting the glutes, pushing against the front of your right leg and your left knee, like really around the back, and you'll feel the stretch in your right quad immediately. One more, inhaling, open up, exhaling, round in the back, stay here, 10 seconds of Kapalabhati. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fullest exhalation, hold the pause, swallow in motion for the throat, contract the pelvic floor, be there. When you feel enough, relax the pelvic floor, and inhaling, opening again into this more like upper facing dog position, neutral spine, swallow in motion, contract the pelvic floor again, stay here, feel this work inside of you. When you feel enough, then you're exhaling, just like really melting on the floor. That's the best way to kind of synchronize your nerve system through your breath, through this pranayama, Mahabandha breath hold. And now when you exhale, you're like not resisting anything. You're like really, really in the deepest of your like almost state of trance. Just really resting. Let's do one more inhale and exhale. Stop and resist and really melting on the ground. And then once you feel ready, like you have enough of this pleasant compression on your like squished left leg right now, when you feel ready, start walking your palms towards yourself. Pressing up, inhaling, and with exhalation, pulling the right knee underneath the left, spreading the shins out, sitting down, and I'm just wiggling to the right, to the left. Resting your palms on the top of the knee or already laying them down. Breathing in. So feeling the neutral spinal line. With exhalation, rolling the shoulders in and kind of also letting your spine naturally curl itself. Lay the sternum on the top of the left knee and let your head either hang out like the chin leans on the top of the left knee here. So this really kind of creates a nice pressure from inwards to the back of your neck. So kind of boop, 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 pushing the neck spines upwards, giving that vector of stretch. Okay. And as you remember from the previous rounds, right now you are welcome to stretch your left arm forwards, palm touches the floor, your right shoulder already rotated inwards, so let's lay the back of the right palm somewhere in the middle of the back or between scapulas. If you like to connect your fingertips here, go ahead, or choose any of previous options. Just make sure you're relaxing your elbows, both of them. Let them really hang here. Don't struggle. Don't fight the gravity. Let the body weight really pleasantly squish your legs right now. Breathe. Breathing in, feeling the full belly, like pushing against the thighs, kind of elevating above it, and then again sinking deeper in. Let's do 2 more breaths and we're done. Enjoy at fullest. It's going to be over really soon. So don't feel like you have to struggle for your life. Like really do your best right now to really sense this pleasure, making it, giving your body certain work where it should have it. And then when you're ready, if you've been having this arm grip, just split it, pressing up with the inhalation. Now we're gonna stretch our legs. We're gonna lay down and we are at the lastest shape for today. We're gonna do the halasana, stretching the arms behind the head. Now lifting the legs, squishing them tighter together with the exhale. Oops. We're lifting the legs. So shifting to the back, to the front, squeezing the legs really tight. Make sure your spine is resting. There is no negative compression on your neck. Spine is evenly curled. And then your feet either staying in the air or they stand on the ground or into your palms. Give yourself at least 3 nice breaths. And imagine you feel it with the full length of your spine. So when you inhaling, kind of push your belly outside. You feel the extension on the level of your sacrum, on the middle of your back and in your neck. Breathe in one more and exhale. And either release this position. So Natasha, by timing right now, you'd be good if you just leave this position, exit it, and lay in your Shavasana. Girls, if you feel like you want another little chair on top, you can stay in Halasana for another 15 seconds and do a couple of Hadisat here, like Make sure while you're doing it, you're not breaking in your solar plexus. So you need to be keeping elevating your pelvis up above the floor, so you don't feel too much negative compression in here. And when you, this will give you the space for Kapalabhati in it, because if you feel collapse and you'll start to Kapalabhati it out, it just will not work. So keep lifting. If you stand your feet on the ground, push against the floor. Lift the pelvis higher above the head. And let's finish, finalize. If you're doing the Kapalabhati, another 3 seconds. And if you're brave, for the last exhalation, you hold your breath. When you're relaxing, opening the throat, and inhale and holding the breath again. And then exhale and exit this position into your Shavasana. Just enjoy the complete lack of struggle, the full lightness mode in your body. It's like your body space and the space around you just completely infused into each other. Like you are the room, you are everywhere. Just start noticing out from this completely melted state. It's either you remain there a little longer, you may feel like, yeah, I feel certain lightness in my body at the moment. Or maybe you may start feeling like certain firmer parts of your body just start emerging from that space. So right now, kind of apply certain smart management into that. You're welcome to tell your body how you want it to be. Just like using this fantastic idea that right now your body reappears from completely melted, like molecular state. Wyobrażamy sobie, że z niczego, z tego tak roztopionego ciała, tak odprężonego, raptem z tych molekuł latających wszędzie w tej przestrzeni znowu składasz, zbierasz sobie tak komórka po komórce, część za częścią, jak Lilu w 5. elemencie, po prostu składasz nową siebie od nowa. Więc z taką już świadomą intencją, czym byś chciał wypełnić to ciało teraz? Jaką cechą? Jaką właściwością? Po prostu pozwól swojej fantazji troszeczkę Cię unieść. Na przykład jestem maksymalnie odporną na złe opinie, jakieś przesądy. Po prostu wyobrażaj sobie teraz, że nikt nie może Cię dotknąć nawet jakąś złą myślą. Że teraz składasz swoje nowe, super molekularne ciało z jakiejś takiej odporności. Jesteś teraz bohaterką Marvel. I pozwalaj dalej, to był tylko przykład. Pozwól z fantazji siebie unieść. Czy natychmiast promienieje jakąś taką energią, że po prostu wszyscy mnie widzą, nie da się mnie nie zauważyć. Po prostu wchodzę w przestrzeń i wszystkie głowy się obracają. No, pobaw się troszeczkę, czego Ci teraz trzeba. Czy tej uwagi, czy jakiegoś spokoju, czy odporności. W trakcie tego bawienia się, tak jak się bawisz swoją wyobraźnią, zauważaj, jakie uczucia pojawiają się w ciele. Jakie emocje przychodzą. Czy jakieś mróweczki, czy to, że ciało tak świetnie się godzi. Tak, 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 tego nam trzeba, tego chcemy. Za tym tęskniłam. I po prostu pamiętaj, że każda myśl zawsze ma odzwierciedlenie w ciele na jakieś uczucie. I następnym razem, gdy na przykład będziesz czy w jakiejś przestrzeni, czy w jakimś towarzystwie. Pamiętaj, że możesz sobie po prostu zainstalować po prostu tą odporność, tą potrzebny stan. To przypomnij sobie, jak ja to w ciele odczuwam. Właśnie to, że wchodzę w pomieszczenie i wszyscy obracają na mnie głowę. O, w ciele, jak ja to odczuwam. To na pewno nie odczuwasz tego, jak chcę się schować, czy gdzieś uciec. Odczuwam to być może jak rozszerzenie, być może jak ciepło gdzieś, być może jak jakiś konkretny rodzaj oddechu, jakieś tempo. Ja oddecham spokojnie, w pełni i odczuwam siebie. Właśnie jak się czuję. Pozwalaj to teraz sobie zainstalować w ciele w tym momencie. I pamiętaj, że zawsze możesz jakby nacisnąć przycisk i to sobie włączyć, gdy tego potrzebujesz. Ja Was bardzo szczerze kocham, dziewczyny. Życzę Wam po prostu świetnego wieczoru, miłej, najmilszej nocy, fajnego tygodnia. I piszę do Was jutro, zapytam, jak było.